We're going to talk about thoughts and wisdom. We're going to send out a special Happy Mother's Day to people, for we know that often our wisdom comes from our families, often from our mothers, the ones who lay their hands upon us and the ones who guide us. So let us remember all mothers, all who have taken the place of mothers, and everyone who has pets, for they take care of them as their own. So, knowledge is knowing what to say, wisdom is knowing when to say it. Knowledge also is a philosophy. You go to school, you get the knowledge. You learn different things, but experience is where your wisdom comes in greatly. Wisdom is knowledge that is guided by understanding, the understanding of experiencing it, the understanding of being compassionate when others experience. Just wisdom is knowledge that is guided by understanding. And we have to have wisdom and the knowledge to understand why things happen in our lives and trust that God would lead us to over any obstacles that come our way. Because things do work out somehow or another. If they don't work out the way you think they should work out, there are lessons in that, so we don't repeat the same thing that has different faces, different names. Jesus walked the path of wisdom. He had the knowledge and he had the experience to do that. That's why he was so effective. Knowledge speaks, but wisdom will listen. When we have been affected and we just don't know which way to turn, that is when we listen. We listen to the small voice inside of us. We listen to the things that come our way, anything to grab onto. Those are heaven sent, and we need to understand that. It is knowledge, comes from learning, wisdom comes from living. We learn, we start understanding, we get definitions, and then when we come across it in life, we get the wisdom. Both are lessons, but they both help us in growth. Knowledge is learning something every single day, and wisdom is letting go of something every single day. Because as we learn new things, new ways to respond, new ways to handle things, we've got to let go of some of the old ways. Now, I'm not saying you forget them, because the old ways were our survival instinct, and we'll always have those. We'll need to survive someday. But wisdom is letting go of something every day so we can do something different. Because when we do something different, we get different results, and that's what we're looking for. Wisdom is the right use of knowledge. Wisdom can be a double-edged sword. You can use your wisdom to harm, you can use your wisdom to help. We need to use our wisdom to help. Sometimes we try to use our wisdom to control. Sometimes we have enough influence on people that we know that if we say the right words at the right time, that they will pay attention to us, and it might not be in their best interest. You want something that is in everyone's best interest. So wisdom, when you use it at the right time and you use it to open up knowledge and information to someone else, please make sure you are using it to help them and others. When looking for wise words, the best ones will come from our elders. The best ones will be placed in your head somehow or another, placed in your heart somehow or another. Maybe you'll see it on a billboard. That's how we know they're wise words, because they come from somewhere else. Sometimes we just need help, and the help is available for us. Wise words are good, but remember, wise deeds are even better. Wisdom is the right use of knowledge. So when we have wise words that are good and we do wise things that are better, that wisdom is being used for the right use of knowledge and imparting knowledge and information. A clever person can solve a problem. After all, they played a part in creating it, but a wise person attempts to avoid the problem. They have new skills, they can apply them to avoid those problems. That's how you know if you would have fallen in a trap to be looking at a problem and you avoided it. That's how you know you're learning. Things change, things get better. A wise man can learn more from a question than a fool can learn from a wise answer. It's just the way it works. It's not my plan, it's been God's plan. So a wise man learns a lot from a question, and a fool has a problem learning an answer to a situation or a problem from a wise answer. The nature of life is such that the foolish does not always fail, but we must remember the wise man always succeeds. And that's the way it works. So remember, no matter what your problem, God is still the answer. And if you trust in your Heavenly Father, He will never let you down. God bless each and every one of you.